So, I have an idea to talk about something that might seem like a minor issue, but remember that minor issues add up in the daily lives of a lot of people to big issues. And that is with pens. I always leave them uncovered or something, and because of that, they dry out, causing a lot of waste. They oftentimes make marks. I have had complete papers ruined my seats, my hands. They sometimes stain stuff. A bunch of other little problems. Then, so I was thinking about ways to fix this so you could have a longer lasting pen and not a pen that writes it. And my basic conclusion became you want a pen that only writes if you apply a certain amount of pressure to it, much more. And that will be something much more like a pencil in some ways. So the simplest idea is to have a regular pen, but you apply pressure, and then it starts writing but only when you start applying pressure, which you could do by having a porous felt thing that only opens up if you put enough pressure and it's more absorbent, or you can have it with a ballpoint pen. But a fancier way that I came up with that I think would work would be to have nano encapsulated ink with a lot more. And these nano encapsulated ink little balls, you can imagine like having like 5 million little balls in well, actually like billions of little balls. And when you press on something, these balls break and release the ink onto it. Now this ink gets absorbed by the surface like regular ink and actually penetrates it like in Sharpies and stuff, which is why ink is more permanent than pencils, because it penetrates it. However, the nano encapsulation can also add coloring more to the surface and help actually coat the thing and protect it, like an outer layer of paint. And if you combine these two ideas together, you will have even less solvent. Solvent is what dissolves ink. Can be water, alcohol. It's usually water-alcohol mixture. With Sharpies, they add some organic things that are more toxic, which is why people talk about sniffing Sharpies. But instead of having all that, you can get rid of it somewhere and have it somewhere just in the encapsulation, where you can have a higher concentration of stuff, and also have the encapsulated color thing more at the surface, so you can get rid of the deep penetration. Then you have stuff on the surface where the deep penetrating inks kind of acting like tentacles. And making these nano little particles, I don't think that would be that hard. So you just mix it in with things that dissolve, dissolve a little bit in the water. Half of it dissolves in it, half of it doesn't dissolve in it on either end. And what forms this a bilayer, like you have cells. And I'll show you a little clip here, lipid bilayer, to give you an idea of how these things look like. An ink itself has polar and non-polar, which does it. But there's a bunch of pictures online, and you can see that the stuff that repels water goes inside, and stuff that attracts water goes on the opposite side. And that's what I mean by lipid bilayer. You also have micelles, which just have one layer, and you can make them all different. You can also reverse it that one has fat, one dissolves non-water well. Sorry, if you put something that doesn't, it's something like alcohol, you might have the reverse structure where it looks like the liposome, where it's inside out, where the stuff that dissolves water is in the inside well. And this will also get rid of a lot of organic solvents that are used in like Sharpies and stuff, that are the volatile things that people sniff and have bad health effects. So you have that bonus too. And you can even make it dry out faster, have more specific property because it doesn't dry out in the first place, and make it even more like paint or have versatility in that way. It's just an idea to think about. And who knows, maybe it'll be used in space instead of the fancy space pens we have now. These pressurized canisters to write upside down in space, because this is more of a solid. Well, thank you very much for listening. Please like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers in a year and 4,000 watch hours, which is really hard, but with your help, I think you can do it. Also, if you have any ideas for future videos, comments, or suggestions, leave them in the comment section below. Thank you very much again. Goodbye.